Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody's having a fantastic day. Before we get started, hi, my name is Teresa, and I welcome you all to my channel. If you're new here and you like unboxings, you like getting ready with me with some scary ghost stories, I do Monday Mass Ladies Collab. I do animal and nature clips. I do a walk into history. I do Fun Fact Friday. Sometimes I do giveaways on this channel. And guys, I do more. I do random more than just beauty on this channel. Now, if you're interested in all the content that I just said, then please reconsider hitting the subscribe button down here on the bottom. When you hit the subscribe button, there'll be a bell. And when you hit the bell, you'll be notified of when I upload my new video. So today, guys, is Get Ready With Me and some scary ghost stories. Woohoo! Yes! Yes, today is Get Ready With Me, and the palette that I am using is this Milanie palette, Gilded Nude. Now, I got this palette from Miss Renee. We did a Christmas in July collab exchange, and she gave this to me as one of my gifts. Shout out to Miss Renee. She is a beautiful, lovely lady. Love her channel. Love watching her channel. I'll go ahead and leave her information down in the description box. All you have to do is click on it and join her YouTube family and share the love that you share with me. So this is the palette that I am using, and I have used it I think once, and these are the colors that I'm working with. Very, very pretty colors. um Happy Halloween, by the way, guys. Today is Halloween. But I was going to do a Halloween look, but I decided to just go ahead and jump into doing a Thanksgiving, November, fall kind of eye look for you guys. So I chose this palette to do that with you guys. Also, if you're new here and you haven't seen this video before, I have been reading this book from West Virginia Ghost Stories, Legends, and Haunts. It's what it looks like. And guys, I think I'm on my last one or two stories, and I'm going to be moving on to the Georgia Haunted book, which I do have it. So I'm quite excited to get into that book with you guys. Um, so yeah, let's see here. I actually started reading a story last week, but it looked like it was really, really long, like maybe 3 to 4 pages. So we will start at the beginning of the story so you guys will know what's going on. All right, so let me get my brushes here. Excuse me. Um, I usually put a primer on my eyes, but I'm really not going anywhere, so it could just it'll probably end up getting washed off anyways. So I'm not going to put any primer on. So let's go ahead and start with the base of my eye. So the color that I'm doing an all over base is the it's called Weekender. That really pretty light tan color there. I'm still trying to get used to my phone because my camera is right here and I keep looking this way, so it makes me look like I'm looking over here, but I'm trying to look at you guys. I do apologize. So I am using this fluffy brush right here, and all I'm going to do is dig into that a little bit. And I got a mirror here, I got a mirror here, and I got you guys. So you'll be seeing me looking like 3 different ways here. And I got glitter all over my face. I have no clue where that came from. So I'm just gonna put this all over my eye here. And it's just a really light color, so you're really not gonna see it. So just like that. just a light color. Now I'm going to do the crease of my eye with this brush right here. What am I going to use in the crease of my eye here? It's a lot of fallout. It's okay though. Let's start with hit snooze right here. So I'm just going to dip right into that. And then I just like to put it right here in the crease of my eye here. By no means, I'm not a professional with makeup. So I do my eye look how I usually do my eye look. So it's nothing fancy. I'm just in the crease of the eye here. You guys can see that. See that? So that is the crease of my eye. Now I'm going to do, I like to do something down here. So the color that I'm going to use is this off line. It's kind of like a reddish color right here. And like I said, it's just going to be a neutral look. And then I just like to put down here on my eyelid. And I'll have to do it a couple of times just to build it up. Just right on the eyelid. You see that? Alright, so let's go ahead and start on our story, and then we'll finish up my eyes. And then I usually just go off here and then put on the rest of my makeup, do something with my funky looking hair, and I did say funky, and then I'll show you the overall look, and then we finish up a story. Alright, so so the story we are on is called Ghost of Mate Juan, Where to Look for Hauntings. This takes place in Mingo County. And this is the town right here. I gotta put down my mirror. And it says, Mate Juan has ghosts. Ooh, it should. It is home to a bloody battle where coal miners were pitted against coal companies, ending in 10 lying dead in the streets in only a few minutes. On a hot summer day, when I stood in the spot where a battle played out, I could almost hear the shouts of the men, the blast of guns firing, and the ting of bullets ricocheting off brick walls. Some say the ghost of Matewan's past lingering on the streets will never leave, even though their voices in life were eventually heard. But it is all about the drive for rights, for what is due that leaves these spirits hanging around. And the men who left their mark in history in Matewan will forever be walking the streets in spectral form to remind others they did not die in vain. Matewan was founded in 1895 along the Tug Fork of the Big Sandy River, which separates West Virginia and Kentucky. It was among many towns in West Virginia that mining, coal, and timber companies had converged upon to obtain the rich resources. When the coal company came to Matewan, it ran just about every aspect of the coal miner's life. They built homes for workers, schools, churches, and recreational facilities. The company owners sold from their stores, and miners were paid with company scrip that could only be redeemed at the company store. Mining was dirty and dangerous work, but it provided a living. And this is a picture of some coal miners here. I don't know if you can see that. Getting ready to go into the coal mines. The town was independent of the Stone Mountain Coal Corporation, who ran the coal and mining in the area. Matewan had only a few elected officials, including Sid Hatfield, the police chief, and Cabell Testerman, the mayor. Between 1919 and 1920, a strike by the United Mine Workers resulted in wage increases to coal miners in parts of the U.S. Working in West Virginia would not benefit from this because they had yet to organize a union. Excuse me. However, the thought of earning higher wages piqued the interest of those miners in Mingo County, including those working for the Stone Mountain Coal Corporation in Matewan. In 1920, over 3,000 miners working in and around Matewan signed union cards. In a retribution, the coal companies hired Baldwin Felts and detective agents, a private security force, to evict the miners and families from their homes at 11:47 a.m. on May 19, 1920. The battle would begin. Baldwin Felts' detective agency set foot on Matewan soil and began to evict a dozen miners and their families from company-owned homes. And then this is a picture of, it looks like a saloon and a bunch of people. I wonder if there's like a family or a couple of families together. Back in the day, guys. Back in the day. Well, I guess this... Maybe I lied. This page is only like 2 pages. Sorry about that. The evictions themselves were peaceful. Chief Hatfield led the men to the homes and oversaw the process. After a late afternoon meal about 4 p.m. at Ura's Hotel, the Baldwin Felts workers made their way to the train depot to head back to the company headquarters in Bluefield. Chief Hatfield and Mayor Testerman requested a meeting with Albert Felts in Chambers Hardware Store, challenging the agent's ability to evict within city limits as it was unauthorized by law. But as an exchange began, both men started to arrest the other. The men drew their guns, and Felts and Mayor Testerman fell wounded. 8 more men, 6 agents, and 2 innocent bystanders lay dead on the street between the depot towns in minutes. The state police were called in and ended the violence for the moment. Murder charges were brought against Chief Hatfield and 17 strikers, but all were eventually acquitted. A year later, Baldwin Felts agents gunned down Chief Hatfield and his deputy, Ed Chambers, on the McDowell County Courthouse steps in Welch. Maybe this is part of the story. It is. It's part of the story. I do apologize. I'm blind, guys. In this little box, it says detectives and miners in battle. 10 men were killed in a pitched battle in Matewan, Mingo County. Late Wednesday afternoon, between members of a private detective agency and miners formerly employed by the Stone Mountain Coal Company at Matewan, Her reported to have been evicted from company houses by the officers. In the absence of Governor Cornwell, Colonel Jackson Arnold of the Department of Public Safety took charge of the situation and ordered his entire force to mate Juan. Company B from Nitro was the first to reach the scene Thursday morning. The telephone reports late Wednesday night said all was quiet and no further trouble was anticipated. The dead are 7 members of the Baldwin Felts Detective Agency of Bluefield, 2 minors and Mayor Gabel, testament of mate Juan. 5 others are reported wounded. Greenbrier Independent, May 21st, 1920. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. And then we'll finish up the story when I come back. So, very interesting. Is a little bit of history there. So, I'm going to take this same fluffy brush. I like to put some kind of color up here. So, the color that I'm going to use, because these are a lot of neutrals. Let's use, it's called Little Spoon. It's another little purple color there. So, we'll go ahead and use that. And then I'll blend it in. Just right up here, I like to put that. I'll do the other eye and then I'll just blend it in real quick. And then I'm going to get off here and put on my other makeup. And I just take this brush and I just blend it in all together. So this is just a neutral look. Just like that so far. What do you guys think? Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'm going to touch up my eyes and put on the rest of my makeup and brush my hair, and I will see you in a second. Hi everybody, I am back. I went ahead and finished up my eye look. Did it come out good? Let me know in the comments. I put a little bit of shimmer on it and I touched it up. What do you guys think? Does it kind of look like fall and Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so anyways, I put my foundation on, my concealer, my lipstick, my highlighter, my mascara, my eyeliner, and all that good stuff. And I did something with this hair, which my hair hates me and need a haircut. So I did something with the hair, and this is the overall look. What do you guys think? I don't think it came out that bad. I think it came out pretty. I like neutral colors and nude colors and warm tones and, well, cool tones and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and finish up this story, and then we're going to end this video there. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Alright, so it says where to look for ghosts. The gunfight occurred in the area between the building and along the railroad tracks on Hatfield Street. And it shows you the streets and everything. And a guy, I don't know who that is. Oh, I guess that was the last story. It didn't really tell me anything about ghosts. Really, it was more of a history thing. Alright, so now we're on a story called Buskirk Cemetery, Smiling Sid Hatfield Still Looking for Justice. Let's see how long this video. Guys, this is actually going to be my last story in this book, and we are done, I believe. Yes, so this is going to be our last story. So I'm reading you the last story out of the West Virginia book. Then next Sunday, we will be doing the Georgia book. I'm excited. Okay, so it says downtown Matewan is not the only place that has ghosts from the coal mining battles. If you do not know where they are, you can ask Joe Vaggett, whom I found sitting at the front desk at the Matewan Depot Welcome Center. Joe is a resident ghost storyteller and offers ghost walks in town. He told me Buskirk Cemetery, just a stone's throw across the Tug Fork and in Pike County, Kentucky, is haunted by none other than the Chief Sid Hatfield, Smiling Sid as he was called because of his signature grin. Was the small but wary 30-year-old chief of police who was a large part of the Matewan massacre and whose murder would fuel the Great Battle of Blair Mountain in the late summer and early fall of 1921. In a nutshell, the Battle of Blair Mountain was the largest labor uprising in the United States where miners were pitted against coal mine operators using strike breakers and lawmen as their shield to stop unionization. But enough said. Here's the story. Now, Smiling Sid Hatfield did not die in the gunfight at Matewan. A few weeks later, he married Mayor Testerman's widow, Jessie. Although some folks allege Sid Hatfield has shot Cabell Testerman to marry Jessie, it was never warranted nor proven. The two men had been close, and Testerman asked Hatfield to watch over his wife if anything happened to him. But in an unrelated trial in August of 1921, Sid Hatfield and his deputy, 22-year-old Edward Chambers, accompanied by their wives, were climbing the steps of the Welch courthouse when Baldwin Belt's agents gunned down the men in cold blood in retribution for the Matewan shoutouts. Here is a gravestone for that chief police, and this right here is Sid Hatfield and Joe, who does the ghost haunts and tours on the road, and then the Mr. Hatfield. Sid died with 3 wounds to his chest. An agent finished off Ed Chambers with a shot in his head. In the end of the courts charged the killers with murder, yet they was never convicted of the crimes. It is a perfect potion for a ghost story, the murder of a man who upheld the justice in his community and whose own killers were never brought to justice. It should not be surprising that a man with such spirit and clinging to that injustice would return after death to walk the cemetery where family thought they laid him to rest. And Smiling Sid Hatfield does just that in the Buskirk Cemetery. He walks the cemetery near his grave. And this is the grave site, again, where he's at. That's a huge gravestone. It's creepy. And guys, that was my last story out of the West Virginia Ghost Book. Guys and gals who've been following me, did you enjoy this book? I was very satisfied with the book, all except at the end. It was more of a history kind of thing. It wasn't that spooky, so I'm hoping Georgia will do the justice. So be on the lookout for the Georgia stories. I'm quite excited to start a new book. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope everybody stays blessed. And I hope everybody stays safe, no matter where you are, no matter where you're at. Please stay safe. And I'll be seeing you all in my next video. Thank you for stopping by, and you have a great day. Thank you. Happy Halloween. Woohoo. Bye.